we're alive. Let me just double check. Is it live on your end? I don't know if I see anyone on here yet.
I don't see your live post link.
Oh, okay. We have people here. Okay, I'm gonna share this to my Facebook page because I know some people are looking for it over there. And then it should be on Sarah Jones Music. Hi Craig. Hey Charlie. My name is Sarah Jones and I want to thank the Backstage Pass for having me. I did an interview with them a while back about some songwriter cuts I had and songs that had been released that I'd written. So this is pretty cool to do an artist takeover. So I'm gonna sing some of those songs that we talked about on the podcast, songs that I've written that other artists have cut, and also sing you some of my songs. I'm here with, we have Sparky over here, and then we have Sleepy Tanner over there, so the dogs are all here with us. Hey Dag! Yeah, if you guys are on here, say hi so I can see who's watching, and if you do have any questions or anything, feel free to drop them in the comments and I'll try to answer them as I go. You don't see it on my Facebook page? Oh no, my mom can't find my live.
I went to Sarah Jones Music and I don't see your posts.
Well, since we have some people coming in, I will go ahead and start with the song I always start with. It's a song I wrote with my friend Caroline Marquard. It's called Champagne, and it's about kind of falling in love with someone. Alright, this is Champagne. It isn't New Year's or a wedding, no fancy glasses, high-class outfits. It's just us, plastic cups on a Friday, a rooftop party, your eyes on me. Boy, you're getting out my head, you got me spinning, and I can't help it. Your velvet on my lips, so dizzy I can't think straight, or I can't shake your hands on my face. It's cliche, don't know who to blame. Is it you or the champagne? Hey, hey. Is it you or the champagne? We're feeling rich and golden, a little buzz and liquid love. It's the good stuff you save up for. There's no better time than tonight. Boy, you're getting in my head. You got me spinning, and I can't help it. Your velvet on my lips, so dizzy I can't think straight, or I can't shake your hands on my face. It's cliche, don't know who to blame. Is it you or the champagne? Hey, hey. Is it you or the champagne? When bubbles turn to butterflies, don't think I've ever felt this high. Boy, you're getting in my head, you got me spinning, and I can't help it. Your velvet on my lips, so dizzy I can't think straight, or I can't shake your hands on my face. It's cliche, don't know who to blame. Is it you or the champagne? Hey, hey. Is it you or the champagne? Hey, is it you or the champagne? Hey, hey. Is it you or the champagne? Found it. Okay, cool. Thank you guys, and thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. you guys do so much for so many artists and songwriters in Nashville, and it feels really cool to be a part of this, so thank you.
You can see Tanner sleeping.
I know. You can see Tanner's little face in the corner. He's a sleepyhead. But yeah, again, for those just joining, my name is Sarah Jones. I'm a singer-songwriter in Nashville. So I'm going to be playing you some songs I've written. That one was called Champagne. And yeah, I feel like I have a bunch of songs that have states in the title. Like, I have songs about North Carolina, where I'm from, and Tennessee, and Wyoming, and Alabama, and just a bunch of states. So if you have any state recommendations, I'd love to write a song about it at some point. But I'll sing you guys a little love song called Tastes Like Tennessee. Oh, and if it cuts out or if you can't hear me, please let me know, because our we just upgraded our internet from 8 megabits to 45. So we're hoping it'll be better this time. It looked like it had cut out on my computer, but yeah, if something is weird happening, just let me know. But yeah, this is Tastes Like Tennessee. He's rugged, he's tough, a little rough round the edges. He's a simple man with calloused hands, and I knew from the moment I met him I could never get enough of his gentle touch every time his lips pressed against mine. Oh, he tastes like Tennessee. Yeah, he burns like hell, but it's heaven to me. He's a saint, he's a sinner, mixed perfectly together. Oh, God made him just for me. Yeah, he tastes like Tennessee. He said in his ways, no, he ain't gonna change, but it's alright. He comes on strong, but underneath it all is a good-hearted man, and he's all mine, and I still can't get enough of his gentle touch every time his lips pressed against mine. Oh, he tastes like Tennessee. Yeah, he burns like hell, but it's heaven to me. He's a saint, he's a sinner, mixed perfectly together. Oh, God made him just for me. Yeah, he tastes like Tennessee. And I won't forget the warmth of his kiss, 'cause it's still lingering on my lips. Sparky's making himself comfortable. But thank you. No breakage on Wi-Fi. Perfect. The upgrade was worth it. Thanks, Keith. Hi, Rindy. Oh my gosh. Friends. It's so good to see everyone, kind of, through the internet. Hope everyone's been doing alright. I guess things are starting to open back up in certain states. So I hope you guys are having fun, but still staying safe out there. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, on the topic of states, I I have a song I wrote called Wyoming, which I wrote with Priscilla Block and Royale, which I play guitar for Priscilla in her band. We write a lot together, and so I know some people know me through her, which is pretty cool. But oh, thank you, Randy. But yeah, we write a lot together, and this was one of those songs. And Priscilla and I are both from North Carolina. We grew up in Raleigh, North Carolina, and my parents have been going to this North Carolina music festival every year for a while. It's called Merle Fest. It's up in the mountains, and it's just like a mountain music festival. They do a lot of folk and Americana, singer-songwriter, country music, bluegrass, all that kind of stuff. So it's a really fun festival here in North Carolina. But anyway, I submitted this song, Wyoming, to their songwriting competition, and we're finalists. So we get to play at Merle Fest next year. It had to be postponed this year because of the pandemic, but it's rescheduled for next year, next April 2021. We'll be singing Wyoming on one of the stages there, which is really exciting and full circle because that festival, it's like 30 minutes down the mountain from where I went to school. So really close to home, and I'm really excited about it for next year. But anyway, I'm going to play that song. It's called Wyoming. Thank you, Keith. I saw that you were calling. I saw the stars in his eyes. Some are born to be the right away kind. You got him to pack his bags and leave everything behind. Well, props to you, it's hard to do. Can't say I didn't try. Why did you have to take his breath away? I bet all I had to my name, that without you he would have stayed. Why do you gotta look the way you do, like a picture perfect postcard sent with a mountain sunset view? Why not me? Why could I not be Wyoming? In just one dot on the map, I was every row between, but he found the one his heart belongs. I know I can compete. Why did you have to take his breath away? I bet all I had to my name, that without you he would have stayed. Why do you gotta look the way you do, like a picture perfect postcard sent with a mountain sunset view? Why not me? Why could I not be Wyoming? Why did you have to take his breath away? I bet all I had to my name, that without you he would have stayed. Why do you gotta look the way you do, like a picture perfect postcard sent with a mountain sunset view? Why not me? Why could I not be? Why not me? Why could I not be Wyoming? Thank you. Oh, thank you guys. It's fun to play. I haven't done a Facebook Live in a while, in a couple weeks, so it's kind of fun. let's see. Shall I play a love song or a sad song? That's the question. Is anyone in the mood for something in particular? Love song or sad song? Whoever comments first gets to hear it. I used to only like sad songs. Red Dead! Oh!
Yes, second.
Oh my gosh. Thank you for requesting that. I haven't played that song in so long. So I wrote Red Dead before I moved to Nashville. Actually, like right before I moved to Nashville with my friend Joe, who I had never met in person at the time. We had met through YouTube. So we both used to upload cover videos and original songs to YouTube back like 10 years ago, and that's how we met and became friends, and we started writing songs with each other over the internet, like through email, Skype, text message, all that, and this was one of those songs. He said that I didn't write enough like songs from the third person perspective, and so I was like, well, Carrie Underwood sings a lot of songs in third person, so maybe I should try it, like what would Carrie Underwood sing? And we came up with this. Don't know if Carrie Underwood would sing it, but I sing it. Yeah, Mom says Miranda Lambert, yeah. So, oh, you were listening to it in the car the other day? That's amazing. That makes me really happy. Anyway, we wrote that via email. I still have the old emails before I moved to Nashville, and once I got to Nashville, I decided to record it with my friend Jay Curry and release it into the world for people to hear, because it's kind of fun. But I'll play it for you. I didn't practice it beforehand. My mom told me that before this, she was like, don't take any requests if you don't know it, or you'll mess up on someone else's Facebook page. And then she's requesting this song too. So I'll give it a go. I haven't played it in a while, in a couple of years, but it's fun, so I'll give it a try for Rindy and my mom. This one's called Red Dead. She's never been one to turn down an open ear. She's got opinions in the chamber, gun smoke ready to appear. Don't get in her crosshairs, not today, no, not today, or there will be hell to pay. Her favorite color's red dead, shoot 'em up straight, never keep this animal from breaking out her cage. Her favorite color's red dead, shoot 'em up straight, you'll never keep this animal from breaking out her cage. You'll never keep this animal from breaking out her cage. Her favorite color's red, dead, shoot 'em up straight. You'll never keep this animal from breaking out her cage. Her favorite color's red, dead, red, dead. Shoot 'em up straight. Her favorite color's red, dead, red, dead. Shoot 'em up straight. Her favorite color's red, dead, red, dead. Shoot 'em up straight. Her favorite color's red, dead, red, dead.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome, Mom. My mom's sitting right here. Wow, Tanner is looking directly into the camera. Amazing. Thank you, guys. I'm not sure if it cut out midway through the song, but thank you for requesting that. It is on iTunes or Apple Music and Spotify and Amazon Music. I released it a few years ago, back in 2017. It was the first single I had released since moving to Nashville, so that was that. Thank you, David, and thank you, Dag. I appreciate it. So that was my sassy song, I suppose. So I was gonna play this song later, but it feels right to play it right now, so I'm going to do that. Today, speaking of singles, is the 2-year anniversary of a song I wrote, or a song I released, well, I wrote and released it, called Just Not Us. I haven't been doing much as an artist in recent years, because once I moved to Nashville, I kind of realized that I like songwriting a lot more than I liked kind of promoting myself as an artist, I guess. I've always loved songwriting. That was what brought me to music. I started singing because I wrote songs. And in high school, I wrote songs literally every single day. After school, I would come home, do my homework, and write songs. That's all I did. And it was what I loved to do. And it's been that way for years and years and years, and that hasn't changed. So since songwriting was my first love, I really wanted to focus on that. When I moved to Nashville, I don't know, I like writing by myself, but I also really like writing with other people and other artists and helping them find their voice and create their style and help them figure out what they want to say and how to say it. I just think that's really fun. And it's a nice creative exercise for me, because then I can say things that I wouldn't normally say when I write with other people. But anyway, this is the opposite of that. Just Not Us is a song I wrote by myself and released as an artist. Just because I felt like I didn't know who else was going to say it, so I might as well. But it's kind of funny because, so I released it 2 years ago, but I had written it like a year before that. Sparky snoring. He's dreaming. I don't know if you can hear him, but he's like barking in his sleep. But anyway, I look back on this song and it's basically just me being very dramatic, which is me writing any song. I just feel like that's the art form of being a songwriter, is just being dramatic. But yeah, it was. Is there a song that you feel is one of your best, yet you never have recorded it yet? Yeah, this song is not that, but I will say that I already sang it. So I do think Wyoming is one of my best songs that I've written. It's gotten a lot of attention around town from other songwriters and people in the industry. Even like Runaway June heard it and liked it. So that was really cool. And yeah, like I said earlier, we are finalists in the songwriting competition for that song, and it's just gotten a lot of good feedback. And so I really do think that Wyoming is one of the best songs I've written that hasn't been recorded yet. I hope it gets recorded one day. The goal is for it to be recorded by an artist who is awesome and does the song justice. But yeah, to answer that question, I would say Wyoming. But yeah, so about Just Not Us, and oh, your dog does that too. Yeah, barking in his sleep. But yeah, so Just Not Us was just me being dramatic about a situation. Long story short, it's funny how things change. And I think I was talking to my mom about this the other day. I think it's really cool how with writing songs you can express your feelings in a way that might be dramatic later, but in the moment that's just how you feel, and maybe you just need to say how you feel and then you'll be over it after you write the song. It's kind of just like an outlet to get your feelings out and express yourself, and this is one of those songs. I don't like necessarily relate to this song anymore, but I felt like back then it needed to be said, and when I released it, a lot of people had related to it, which is all I ever wanted as a songwriter. I feel like if one person can relate to your music, then you're doing something right. So this is Just Not Us. It is the second single I released 2 years ago. It's 2 years old today. But if you're on iTunes or Spotify or YouTube, I have a music video out for it. It's called Just Not Us. That didn't sound good.
When a small town girl meets a small town boy, from the kind of place you raise a family in small town Illinois. She's got her done up hair and her simple smile, winning county fairs since she was a child, and I guess it's about time for her to have a one of her own. She's a marrying type right now. Settle down. Does she get you like I got you when I was all you wanted and you got me? And does she drive your heart wild so you can't think, can't breathe, and can't sleep? I bet she leaves the light on and she's waiting by the phone when you get home. But is it all enough, or is it not enough, or is it just enough when it's just not? She get you like I got you and I was all you wanted and you got me? And does she drive your heart wild so you can't think, can't breathe, and can't sleep? I bet she leaves the light on and she's waiting by the phone when you get home. But is it all enough, or is it not enough? I'm gonna call your bluff. Don't think it's good enough, don't have to make it tough. I know it's not enough, it might be just enough.
Thank you. Oh, thank you, Rindy. Oh, wow. Brad Paisley should sing one of your songs. You know what? Agreed. But one of the bands that I write with a lot, called Hasting and Co., they kind of remind me a lot of Brad Paisley, and hopefully they're able to have a career like him where he can release like the funny songs, you know, like You're So Much Cooler Online and I'm Still a Guy and, you know, Ticks and stuff like that, but then also sing, you know, the beautiful love songs like She's Everything and Then and stuff like that. So I know that's what Kate and Josh from Hasting and Co. really want to do. They're the people who released Brunch Drunk, which is a song I wrote with them. So kind of goofy, kind of fun, but they want to be able to do both like he did, and I think he had a lot of success doing that, so thank you. That actually means a lot that you say that, because we've thought about pitching our songs to him, but they ended up recording them themselves. But thank you, Gary. Thank you, David. Thank you, Mom. Thank you, Craig. Hi, Michael. I appreciate it, you guys. If you do like that song, it's, like I said, I have a music video on YouTube. YouTube.com/Sarah Jones Music is my channel, and then it's on all the streaming platforms and everything. But anyway, so I guess speaking of Hasting and Co., like I was saying earlier, I did an interview, a podcast interview with the sports guys who run Backstage Pass, and we talked about songs that I'd written that have been cut by other artists, like Brunch Drunk and Thick Thighs, and interestingly enough, another song I wrote with an artist is coming out this Friday, May 22nd. Her name's Emily Daniels, and the song is called X on the Beach. So, a fun summer song. These are all like really goofy songs, I feel like, or fun songs at least. And so that's what I was saying earlier, like I like writing with artists who say things that I wouldn't think to say or wouldn't like say myself, but it's fun when it fits them and fits their theme and their brand and their artistry. So I was gonna say Thick Thighs, yeah. So I'm gonna sing those songs for you, because I did talk about them with the sports guys on the podcast, and I think the songwriting part is so cool, and coming up with these concepts and just trying to say something different that hasn't been said before. So I'll play all three for you guys. I guess I can start with Thick Thighs. Why not? So this is a song I wrote with Priscilla Block and Emily Kroll. We wrote it a long time ago. I think almost 3 years ago. It's 2017, 3 years ago. Wow. We wrote it a long time ago. We wrote it as a joke because we were so tired of writing breakup songs and being heartbroken and boohoo, all that, which there's a time and place for, but we were just not in the mood that day. So we thought it'd be funny to write a song called Thick Thighs Save Lives. So we did, and this is what we came up with. This one's called Thick Thighs. Like I said, I wrote it with Priscilla Block. She released it about a year ago. So it is on all streaming platforms and should have a music video coming out at some point. So anyway, this is Thick Thighs. I've been hearing about dad bods a little too long, but what about my muffin top is wrong? Sucking in really sucks, and even if I had $1 million, I'd hire Jillian Michaels, and I'd probably still give up. I can't be the only one who likes
exercise. I never eat the produce that I buy, so I try. You can't spell diet without dime. I've been eating carbs since 95. I've heard big thighs save lives. And I've heard big thighs save lives. So love thyself. Oh, thank you, Randy. I'm glad someone was rocking out to it. Kane Brown should sing that. That's funny. So yeah, one of the other songs that we had talked about on the podcast, thank you, Joshua, was Brunch Drunk, which is a song Priscilla and I actually, both of us, wrote with Hasting & Co. And yeah, they're one of my favorite duos, so if you guys haven't checked them out already, you really should. Brunch Drunk was cool because the music video, we were all in the music video, Priscilla, me, my roommate Joe, a bunch of our friends, even, what's his name, Jed Wyatt from The Bachelor was on there. It was just a star-studded cast, you know? But we all shot the video at our favorite bar on Demumbrian, which is Doghouse Saloon in Nashville. And yeah, it was super fun, and then the music video actually premiered on cmt.com, and it was trending on the website for a few weeks, which was really cool. I didn't think anyone had, like, independent artists had never done that before. So that was fun. So that's on YouTube and cmt.com if you want to check out the music video, but I will sing it for you guys now. It's called Brunch Drunk, and it is definitely based on a true story. I got a hell of a hangover hanging over from last night. Feel like a wrecking ball, I need an IV, a Pedialyte. I could lie and say I'm never gonna drink again, but everybody knows how that story ends. Besides, I got a cure and it's the latest trend. Call up all of my friends and we're gonna get brunch drunk. Pour a little OJ in my champagne. Don't stop, keep on coming. We're about to turn up, ain't even noon, but all I wanna do is hold on to last night's buzz and get brunch drunk. Got chicken and waffles soaking up the alcohol. It's a good thing they got 2 for $1, still free, y'all. Well, my best friend's chilling on a high top, sipping on a Bloody Mary with a celery stick and Kahlua, and my coffee should do the trick to get us on our way. Get a little brunch drunk, or a little OJ in my champagne. Don't stop, keep on coming. We're about to turn up, ain't even noon, but all I wanna do is hold on to last night's buzz and get brunch drunk. Brunch drunk. Brunch drunk. If you're looking like a hot mess, wearing last night's dress. Brunch drunk. If you're making best friends with the Bachelorette, you're brunch drunk. If your vodka's chasing your eggs and bacon, if you're already calling in late from Monday, 'cause you're in the middle of Sunday fun day. Brunch drunk, pour a little OJ in my champagne. Don't stop, keep on coming. We're about to turn up, ain't even noon, but all I wanna do is hold on to last night's buzz and get brunch drunk. Brunch drunk. Brunch drunk. I think Hasting & Co. actually did one of these Facebook Lives with the Backstage Pass already, so check out their version. And thank you. I think Rindy said you need to rock out at the tavern. I know.
I don't think live music is a thing yet in Nashville. I'm still back home in North Carolina until things like open up, you know, kind of safely and permanently. But thank you, Craig. Thank you, Gary. Thank you, Mom. My mom is allergic to alcohol. So she can't relate. But yeah, my mom never drank. Neither of my parents really drank. Well, my mom didn't drink at all. My dad didn't drink that much growing up. So, and I didn't drink until I was 21. But once I went to Nashville and learned what brunch was, I thought it was just the coolest thing ever. Because I love breakfast. And I like mimosas. I like all the brunch things. So, anyway, it's relatable to me. Break the rules. What I always did anyways. Yeah. Rules are meant for breaking, right? Maybe. Well, so, oh yeah. So the last cut, or, you know, like artist cut, I'm gonna sing is called X on the Beach. And, oh, Traveling Soldier. I love that song. It's so good. So I'm a musician. That's like my job. I play guitar for a bunch of people, and one of the girls I used to play with a lot used to sing Traveling Soldier. I don't know it. I know like how to play it on guitar and how to sing the harmonies, but that's such a good song. Love them. But yeah, so one of the girls I do play guitar with a lot, her name is Emily Daniels, which some of you I'm sure know. You probably follow me from knowing her. We make videos every Friday on her Instagram of us singing covers and original songs and stuff. So anyway, about a year ago, we wrote this song called X on the Beach. Emily and I wrote it with our friend David Evans. He's a very talented songwriter in town. And yeah, it's kind of fun. It's another drinking song. Sorry, Mom. I don't know. My mom literally had a come to Jesus moment with me 2 Christmases ago about writing too many songs about alcohol, and I took it to heart. I promise I took it to heart. I don't really write that many songs about alcohol anymore, but all of these songs I happened to write before we had that come to Jesus moment. So anyway, not all my songs are about alcohol. It just happens to be that way. At the current moment, all the songs that artists are releasing are about drinking. Not my choice. But I am very happy about this song going out in the world. It's a fun one. Emily and I play at Ole Red a lot, Blake Shelton's bar, and people usually love this one when she sings it. So I blame Kimberly. Yeah. Kimberly and I have also written a song or two about whiskey, so oops. But yeah, I've never actually sung this song by myself. I learned it earlier today to try and sing for the live, so wish me luck. But yeah, it's called X on the Beach. It's by Emily Daniels. We wrote it together, and she's releasing it this Friday, May 22nd. So look out for it. It's a fun one. Yeah. Did I cut out again?
No.
Oh.
It's buffering.
Yeah. Why does it always buffer when I'm about to start a song? I'll wait, I guess. On my screen it says low network connection. I don't know. Is it back on?
I can log off.
Yeah, I can turn the internet off on here too. Connection available. Okay, here it is. Naughty girl, that's funny. I know. Nashville is my rebellious stage in life because I was kind of like a nerd loner. I mean, I wasn't like a nerd, but I was definitely not cool in high school. I was not invited to any parties. I just kind of kept to myself. And anyway, so I did not rebel in high school. I also did not rebel in college. I genuinely didn't drink until I was 21. So after college, when I moved to Nashville, I felt like that was like college for me, like how college was for most people. I feel like just going out to all the bars. Nashville is just a whole new world. If any of you guys have been to Nashville, Broadway is unlike anything I've ever seen. It is an interesting place. I was gonna say a magical place, but I don't know, some weird things have happened there. But anyway, this one's called X on the Beach. I hope you like it. Oh yeah, I was gonna look at the lyrics, just in case. Yeah, way too much fun in Nashville. Nashville's dangerous for the wallet and the liver. We always talked about that we can get away. We'd find a cheap motel off of 30A. We'd get matching airbrush t-shirts that we wear by the bay till the sunburns fade away. Well, our plans went south, so I did too. I'm taking that vacation even though we're through. Yeah, this ocean view is looking better without you. I almost fell out my seat at the tiki bar when you walked in with that island girl on your arm. I think it's high time for another Mai Tai. Sunshine ain't enough to get you off of my mind. Pour a margarita followed by sangria, shooting down tequila until the sunrise. It ain't happy hour until you leave. That's the one thing I can't drink away, is this X on the beach. You left me once, why don't you leave me twice? Find another beach, cause this one ain't your type. Catch a Southwest flight or a northbound bus. I'll sit right here and catch me a buzz. I think it's high time for another Mai Tai. Sunshine ain't enough to get you off of my mind. Pour a margarita followed by sangria, shooting down tequila until the sunrise. It ain't happy hour until you leave. That's the one thing I can't drink away, is this X on the beach. I ain't your Bahama mama, hold the drama. I need a pina colada, not another X on the beach. I ain't your Bahama mama, hold the drama. I need a pina colada, not another X on the beach. I think it's high time for another Mai Tai. Sunshine ain't enough to get you off of my mind. Pour a margarita followed by sangria, shooting down tequila until the sunrise. It ain't happy hour until you leave. That's the one thing I can't drink away, is this X on the beach. I ain't your Bahama mama, hold the drama. I need a pina colada, not another X on the beach. I ain't your Bahama mama, hold the drama. I need a pina colada, not another X on the beach. It's a lot of
10 more
words.
drinks.
I know, it's a lot of drinks that we mentioned in the song. Thank you guys. I'm glad you guys like it. And yes, I would say Demumbrian over Broadway too, at least for local hangouts. But yeah, so I wrote it with Emily Daniels, and she's been promoting it on her Instagram, Emily Daniels Official. But she's been making drinks every day and like posting the like recipes and like videos of her making it to promote the single. So it's kind of funny because we listed like 7 different drinks, I think, in the song. So yeah, that one comes out Friday. It's a fun one, so it's a fun summer song for you guys. Thank you, David and Gary and Rindy and everyone. Oh well, I think I have time for a couple more. So those are all my like current songwriter cuts of like recent songs that I've written with artists that they're releasing, hopefully more soon. They're in the works. Quarantine won't keep us from recording music forever, so there will be new songs coming out, and yeah, 8 more songs. I don't know if I was given an hour. I want to be respectful for people not in a relationship. The song or the bars or both, probably, yeah, all of the above. It's more fun for single people, I think. But I guess I'll end it on some of my other songs that I either wrote by myself or haven't been released yet into the world. I'll try not to sing any more songs about alcohol because I just did like 3 in a row. But this is one I played recently on an Instagram live I did with my friend Kimberly Atwood. Let's hear your favorite song. This is it! Or it's my like recent favorite song. So I did an Instagram live with my friend Kimberly Atwood, who's a very talented musician and singer and songwriter. I love her so much. We've been playing shows together for like 3 years now. But we wrote this song a couple years ago called July Sky, and I played it recently on that Instagram live because I was playing with Kimberly, and it just reminded me how much I like this song, and I kind of want to record it myself if no one else will, because yeah, it's just kind of one of those emo songs about looking back on a relationship and remembering every single thing about it, the good and the bad. So this one's called July Sky. I remember late nights staying up just so I could talk to you. I remember shaky hands and making plans, hoping they don't fall through. I remember front door goodbyes, kiss me goodnight, try to hide the butterflies. I remember late nights staying up just so I could talk to you. And I remember it all, I remember the fall. I know that the seasons change. We had it all, do you remember it at all? And will your eyes still shine like that July sky? For the rain came in the fall. Will you remember me like a summer breeze? Or is the storm all you'll recall? 'Cause I remember it all. I remember late nights staying up, wondering if I'd hear from you. I remember holding tears back, trying to take back I love yous. I remember front door slamming, I can't stand it, how we let it come to this. And if the future doesn't hold me, then who will be holding you? And will your eyes still shine like that July sky? For the rain came in the fall. Will you remember me like a summer breeze? Or is the storm all you'll recall? 'Cause I remember it all. I remember it all. I remember it all, I remember the fall. We had it all, we had it all. I remember the fall, I remember the fall. And we had it all, we had it all. If you remember it at all, will your eyes still shine like that July sky? For the rain came in the fall. Will you remember me like a summer breeze? Or is the storm all you'll recall? 'Cause I remember it all. Thank you. Aw, I saw some really nice comments coming in. I was trying to not read them while I was singing just in case I forgot the words. But thank you guys. I really appreciate that. I do really like that song. I kind of forgot about it, but now that I remember it, I really want to record it. So if I stumble across hundreds of dollars and can afford to record a single, that one might be coming at you in the future. And Kimberly does some really pretty harmonies on it too. Thank you, Brandon. So my hour is about up, but I just wanted to say thank you so much for having me on here, and thank you guys for tuning in. There are a lot of familiar names and faces on here. Oh, thank you, Randy. I'm glad I'll have one person listening if I record it. But yeah, thank you to the Sports Guys and Backstage Pass for having me on here. I love that you guys support everyone in Nashville, a bunch of my friends, like all the people I mentioned earlier who are releasing songs that I've written, Emily Daniels, Priscilla Block, Hasting and Co. They've all been on the show, or on the podcast, I guess. So please check them out. You guys can follow their Facebook page on here. They interview a bunch of people, and just have a lot of cool stuff and cool artists to share with you guys. So thank you for letting me be one of them, and thank you for everyone for tuning in, and I guess that's it. I'll let you guys know if I do another one. If you're from the Backstage Pass page, my Facebook page is Sarah Jones Music, if you want to follow along. So hope you guys have a good night, stay safe out there, and I guess that's all. Dogs are asleep. I'm about to go to sleep. So have a good night, everyone.